Get ready for a courtroom collision where desperation and defiance go head-to-head with the cold, hard letter of the law. On one side, we have Miss Green, a woman claiming homelessness and hardship, living day-to-day in a hotel with her adult son. On the other, the hotel owner, Mr. Patel, who says she owes him nearly $10,000 in unpaid rent. But this is far more than a simple eviction. The case is about to be derailed by explosive, bizarre accusations of a sugar mama Cash App scam and 4 years of criminal eavesdropping. The judge is trying to navigate a legal minefield, but the defendant has no intention of making it easy. She believes she's the victim of a massive crime spree and she's not leaving without a fight. The question is, are her claims a legitimate defense or a desperate attempt to avoid the inevitable?
All right, so Ms. Green, it is my understanding that the defendant, Royal Palms, has gotten a judgment against you in magistrate court, and you are here because you are appealing that judgment. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, one second. Let me.
May I say thank you for taking the time to hear this case. It's very important to me, and I'm honored to be among your presence this afternoon.
No problem, Ms. Green. It's kind of what I do. So let's see what we can do. Let me find the bench brief so I can go back to the procedural history on this.
Judge, can you take just a moment to meet me in a breakout room?
Yeah, hold on a second. One second, Miss Green, Mr. Green. I'll be right back. All right, Mr. Green, I have a question. So Royal Palms Inn, is this like an extended stay or is this an apartment complex? Mr. Green, can you hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Okay.
Mr. Daniel Green?
This is Cecilia.
Yes,
No.
my client, Mr.
Mr. Green, your audio is horrible.
Are you there? I know.
Who might tell because they need to mute. I can hear feedback.
Yeah, Mr. Green.
This is Pastor Cecilia Green.
Mr. Daniel Green, Mr. Patel, Mr. Patel, I need to see you, and I need y'all to.
No, Judge.
Okay, that's better, Mr. Green, much better. I can hear you much better. So you can get rid of the one that's not working. Yeah, that's better.
Just look over the brief again.
Right.
Just give me 1 second. So, Judge, this is my client is on. His name's Mike Patel. Mr. Patel, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, could you answer the judge's question for me?
All right, Mr. Patel, can I see you?
I don't know. It's all.
Hold on. Yeah, I don't. Are you on your phone?
No, I'm on the computer.
Don't see a video option. All right, so Mr. Green, is this an extended stay or is it an apartment complex?
No, this is not extended stay or apartment complex. This is a hotel. Daily
Hotel.
Right.
All right, and how long is the longest rental period?
We don't have a time frame. Tenant can stay.
The judge's first line of questioning is incredibly strategic. She's not asking about the dispute yet. She's establishing the nature of the business. Is this an apartment complex or a hotel? The answer, a hotel with a strictly daily rental rate, is a critical piece of the puzzle. This isn't a long-term lease with typical tenant protections. This is a pay-as-you-go, transient lodging situation. By confirming they only rent on a daily basis, the hotel's lawyer is laying the groundwork to argue that Miss Green has far fewer rights than a traditional tenant. Every single day she doesn't pay the full $69.95. She is technically in breach of a brand new daily agreement. This detail, which seems minor at first, completely reframes the legal landscape and puts Miss Green on very shaky ground from the start.
As long as they pay the rent.
Okay, and how do they pay? Like, do they pay daily, weekly?
Only daily. No weekly, no monthly. We rent only on daily basis.
Okay. All right. 1 second. Miss Powell, print out the magistrate court judgment for me, please. Okay, so Miss Green, when did you start staying at the Royal Palms Inn?
Unfortunately, it was right during the COVID area when I and my son was, I have two sons. I and my youngest son was put in a precarious position as to where we were homeless and didn't have anywhere to go. And some of my my church brothers and sisters helped me to find a place. It wasn't every day at the start. It was whenever we could afford it. We did sleep in a lot of people's houses that we didn't know. And unfortunately, we had to stay in the car for one night.
Okay, how old is your son?
My youngest son is 27, and he basically paid 90% of whatever he got came from my son's paycheck. Your Honor, I would like to add something else if I could pertaining to this.
And there it is, the first dose of reality from the bench. Miss Green has just finished a deeply emotional story about homelessness, her church, and sleeping in her car. It's designed to build maximum sympathy, but the judge immediately cuts through the emotion with pure logic. She points out that this situation, two adults living in a daily rate hotel, has been going on since the COVID era, possibly 2020 or 2021. This isn't a recent temporary setback, it's a multi-year state of instability. The judge is signaling that while she understands hardship, the court's patience isn't infinite. She's shifting the focus from how did you get here to why after years has nothing changed. This challenges the narrative Miss Green is trying to build and sets the stage for a much tougher line of questioning.
Sure.
It's so obvious that we have been dealt a really bad hand. And the reason why I'm saying that is because when Mr. Patel came over here on October the 31st and filed this hideous, I don't know what you want to call it, against us, he just didn't start out right. He didn't tell the truth about why he came over here. And I think it's really sad. If you're going to bring something like this against somebody, don't just tell your part of it, tell it all. And he left out a whole lot the day that he came over here on October the 31st and did this. And for me, it was embarrassing. It was embarrassing, to be honest with you. I'm not being here.
Miss Green,
Yeah.
hold on a second, because this is a little bit, I know people are struggling, but you have two grown-ups, your son is working, but y'all have been in a hotel, not an extended stay, but just a daily hotel since COVID. That would have been like 2020, 2021, and y'all haven't moved forward from there. So let's talk about kind of the limits of how long you can stay in a hotel and what issues occurred such that an eviction was issued at the lower level. Okay.
This is why we were there, because we had actually been in a homeless state. It's
I got that.
not something I'm proud of, but we were seeking shelter wherever we could find shelter. And like I said, we stayed in a lot of people's houses that we didn't even know, between Rockdale County and Henry County and Clayton County. And so we were just looking for something, because
Hold on, rewind that. Did she just accuse the hotel owner of scamming her son out of $4,000 through a Cash App Taylor sugar mama? This is the moment the case veers off the rails into truly bizarre territory. This isn't a typical defense, like the landlord didn't make repairs. This is a wild, unsubstantiated criminal allegation dropped in the middle of a civil eviction hearing. Notice the judge immediately tries to shut it down. She knows that such a claim without a police report or any evidence has no place in this proceeding. For the viewer, this is a massive red flag. Is Miss Green revealing a shocking truth, or is she throwing anything at the wall to see what sticks? This one accusation completely changes the dynamic of the hearing.
Did not work, and I only had a SSI income, which was not very much. And my son had a full-time job, and so he was able to carry the load while I was in this position of looking for somewhere to go. Now, we did apply in a lot of apartments in the vicinity, but because I didn't have a good income, along with my son's income, we were denied. That was 3 apartment buildings, I guess in the vicinity over there, and we tried and we were actually denied because of my income situation.
Okay.
I want to elaborate on why he came here, Your Honor. He came here.
Your Honor, I'm going to object to this, just
Hold on.
going into, if I may.
Hold on, Mr. Green, because I'm trying to get the procedural history. I'm waiting for Mr. I'm looking, I understand that the dispossessory was initiated. There was an answer filed, judgment was granted, the judgment was appealed, and costs were paid. The issue that I have is that I don't have the printout for some reason.
Oh, I got you. I understand. I just
That's
thought,
what I'm looking at.
right. So when
Yeah.
she started testifying about why my client came to file, I just
No,
want to
but-
object. Thank you.
Yeah, Mr. Green, Miss Green, hold on just a second, because I need to know what happened below before we can move forward up here. That's it? Okay. All right, Miss, oh, thank you. Maybe it's in this stat. Maybe I mixed it up. Okay, so what was the basis of Mr. Patel filing for eviction? Was it non-payment?
Correct.
Okay.
Your Honor,
I'm sorry, Judge. I just sent you a message. I was looking in the wrong place. I do have.
Yeah, thank you, because I got the other stuff.
The numbers here are absolutely staggering. The total debt has ballooned to $9,653.55. Let's break that down. At a daily rate of $69.95, that's nearly $2,170 per month. They are paying luxury apartment prices for a single hotel room, a financially unsustainable situation for anyone, let alone someone on a fixed income and a part-time salary. The lawyer quickly does the math, showing how the debt snowballed by thousands in just a few months since the initial eviction was filed. This raw financial data is devastating to Miss Green's case. It moves the conversation away from her emotional appeals and grounds it in a simple, brutal reality. A massive debt is owed, and it's growing by $70 every single day she remains in that room.
But this is not helping me understand what happened below.
Your Honor, we
Yes,
were paying until my son's job was taken overnight, and we were paying really good until Mr. Patel scammed my.
This is a masterclass from the judge in landlord-tenant law, and she's delivering it for free. This is the core legal principle that Miss Green does not seem to understand. The judge explains that once a landlord files for eviction, they are legally prohibited from accepting partial payments. Why? Because accepting money could be interpreted by the court as a reinstatement of the tenancy, which would void the entire eviction process. Hardship, she states unequivocally, is not a legal defense for non-payment. You can't simply live somewhere for free because you don't have the money. You still have to pay, and if you believe the landlord owes you for something, you can sue for an offset, but you must pay the rent into the court's registry. The judge is laying down the law literally.
Son out of almost $4,000 using aliases called Cash App Taylor Sugar Mama.
okay, hold on.
That's how this came out.
Hold on, Miss Green, hold on.
Just tell it all.
Miss Green, hold on. I need to know what happened below before I can move forward with this, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so, Mr. Green, what is the amount of the non-payment?
Through today's date, Judge,
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm showing a balance of $9,653.05.
Your Honor, that's correct.
Hold on, Miss Green, hold on. I'm gonna give you the opportunity to tell me everything you need to tell me. I just need to know how much is charged, how much they're asking for, what the magistrate court knew. Okay, what is the daily rate?
Your Honor, the daily rate is $69.95.
Okay, and how many days overdue is she?
Oh, a lot, Your Honor. This dates back. And Mr. Patel, do you happen to know the last day that you received a payment?
Yes.
It might be
Last-
back in was it February 2021?
When did she start paying, you mean?
When was the last day?
We are now caught in a loop of circular logic, and you can feel the judge's patience wearing thin. Miss Green's entire defense hinges on the idea that he wouldn't take any money from me. The judge has now explained multiple times that Mr. Patel was legally correct not to take partial payment after filing the eviction. But Miss Green either cannot or will not process this information. She sees it as a personal rejection, not a legal procedure. This creates an impossible situation for the court. Her only legal argument is based on a complete misunderstanding of the law, a law the judge has just carefully explained to her. Her repeated question, "What do you expect me to do?" shows she is looking for a solution that the law simply does not provide.
You received a payment?
That was in October 2024, October 2025.
Come in.
Okay.
For September's rent.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, because what he's asking for on October 31st of 2024 was $2,308.30 for possession of the premises, and then it does list $69.95. So since October of 31st of 2024, we've gotten $6,000 more dollars.
Yeah, Judge, because it's $69.95 a day, which equates to approximately $2,168.45 a month. So I'm not great at math, Judge, but
Okay.
that's about $6,500.
What he really wants is you out. The judge just dropped the pretense and delivered the blunt, unvarnished truth. This is no longer just about the money. After months of non-payment and escalating conflict, the hotel owner's primary goal is repossession of his property. The judge is trying to make Miss Green understand that at this stage, offering small, partial payments is pointless. The trust is broken, and the legal process for removing her is already in motion. The debt is one issue, but the immediate core conflict is about physical possession of the room. By stating it so plainly, the judge is trying to shatter Miss Green's hope that this can be patched up with a small payment. The time for that has long since passed.
Already added to what she already knew, so that's how we got to around the $9,000.
Okay. All right. Now, Miss Green, tell me what your appeal is based on, because the court granted possession and judgment against you. What is your appeal based on? Oh, before you start, let me tell you, there's only certain things that I can consider based on the law. But one of the things
The accusations just keep getting wilder. First, it was a sugar mama scam, and now it's the claim that Mr. Patel has been eavesdropping on all of her phone conversations for the past 4 years. This is a classic sign of a defendant who knows their legal argument is failing. When you have no valid defense, you attack the character of your opponent with serious, often criminal, allegations that are almost impossible to prove or disprove in that setting. Notice the lawyer's immediate objection. He knows these claims are irrelevant to the eviction and are designed purely to poison the well and paint his client as a villain. For the judge, this is just more noise distracting from the one and only legal question: was the rent paid?
that a lot of people who are in a tenant position don't understand is that if you are in possession of the property, meaning if you are still living in the property, you have to pay the rent. Hardship is not an excuse. I don't have the money is not an excuse. You have to pay the rent. If you cannot pay the rent, then they're entitled to that. Even if there are things that they need to fix or repair, you still have to pay the rent. You can ask for a deduction or an offset, but you still have to pay the rent. So as long as you're in the property, the landlord is entitled, under Georgia law, they're entitled to have the rent paid. So now tell me what's going on that you now owe.
This is the most powerful moment of the entire hearing. The judge masterfully flips the script on Miss Green's victim narrative. With surgical precision, she explains that by insisting on staying for free due to her own hardship, Miss Green is directly causing hardship for Mr. Patel and his family. He has a business to run and a family to support. The line, "You are not Mr. Patel's responsibility," is a devastatingly effective checkmate. It recenters the conversation on personal accountability. The judge isn't being cruel. She is drawing a firm legal and moral boundary. She's clarifying that one person's unfortunate situation does not give them the right to inflict financial harm on another. This is the moral climax of the case.
$9,653.05.
Your Honor, when I went in on a Friday, 1/1/1/24, that's 11-1-24, to pay what I could pay based on my son's part-time salary. These are the words that I heard, and I'm quoting. "The process have already begun. I can no longer take any payments from you. I have filed a petition against you." Your Honor.
That is correct. Under the law, Ms.
Ms.
Green, Ms.
Yes.
Green, he filed on October 31st. Under the law, he cannot take any money after he has filed for eviction because that would invalidate the eviction. So he is legally correct. On November 1st of 2024, he could not accept any money if he still wants possession of the property and he wants to come before the court. So that is correct.
Okay, can I proceed, Your Honor?
Sure.
So when I went in, I asked him to take whatever we could, regardless of what he had already done. And his thing was, I cannot accept any money anymore.
And
Well,
he's
what-
correct.
Well, what do you expect me to do? He turned me down. He did not accept anything from us. I wasn't gonna go over there every day and
No, ma'am.
beg him to
At
take
that
his
point,
money.
Ms. Green, you have an option. You have the option to leave, or to pay the entire amount. If he won't take the amount that's owed, then you have the option to leave, but he's under no legal obligation to take less than what he is owed.
With the verdict delivered, the raw emotion from Miss Green continues, a final, desperate echo of a case that was lost from the start. But just as the hearing seems to conclude, the lawyer for the hotel drops a quiet personal bombshell. He reveals he missed a previous case on the calendar because he's been undergoing chemotherapy treatments. In an instant, the tone shifts from the high-stakes drama of the eviction to a moment of profound human vulnerability. This single comment adds an entirely new layer to the proceedings, reminding us that everyone in that virtual courtroom on every side of the screen is dealing with their own private battles. It's a sobering and unexpected end to a contentious legal fight.
Says that it's $69 a day and you don't pay $69 a day. And I get it. Your son has a part-time job and you're on SSI. But if you don't pay $69 a day, he can file for an eviction and the court can hear it and they can rule on it. You haven't given me a legal basis for why you should still be in this man's property.
Your Honor,
No, yes, ma'am.
he has committed so many crimes against.
I'm going to
Then
object
that's-
to this, Judge.
Mr. Green, you can object all you want. Miss Green, if it is a crime, if there's something criminal that happened, you need to march down to the police station and file a police report or take out a warrant. If the police are not willing to pursue the matter criminally, you have the right as a citizen to attend a warrant hearing and have a judge determine whether you as a private citizen can bring a criminal warrant. But that has nothing to do with evictions.
That is exactly what I did on the morning of 11/1. I went to the Clayton County Police Department.
Okay, that's not anything criminal. That's not going to be relevant.
I know, but I'm just telling you, you just mentioned, I think I heard that right, correct me if I'm wrong, that I should have went down and filed a report against.
No, I said that is something you can do. I'm not telling you to do it or not do it.
I did it. I did
What
it.
I'm saying to you is you have not given me yet a legal reason why Mr. Patel is not entitled to have his property and his judgment.
Your Honor, he wouldn't take any money, and I didn't
Miss
know.
Miss Green, I have told you before, he's not required under the law. It would be wrong for him to take money after he files. He filed on October 31st. The very next day, he cannot take money.
So what am I supposed to do when I
Leave.
have the money, ma'am?
You don't have all of the money. Do you have $9,653?
The day that I went in to pay him, I had got some help from other people, and he said he wouldn't take it.
Okay,
And now
because
that he wouldn't take it, what am I supposed to do? It accumulated because he would not take anything.
Miss Green, Miss Green, just let me be honest with you, ma'am. What he really wants is you out. He wants you out.
But you
He's
know what's
entitled
really,
to
you know
that.
what's really sad? He committed all these crimes against us, and now he
I'm
wants
going to object to that, Judge.
Ma'am, and that's fine, but that's a
No, it's not
separate
fine.
thing.
It's wrong.
That's not something that we can handle here. You're not going to address the crimes by staying in his property.
I have already addressed the crimes. I went to.
Okay, then staying in his property is not going to address the crimes.
Your
I'm
Honor,
going to give you one more opportunity to give me any legal reason why I should not affirm the decision of the magistrate court.
because I have nowhere to go. This man.
Okay, that's not a legal reason.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say it like this. What he did to us, what he has put us through is criminal. And it's a sad day when it seems like crimes are okay for some people and not all right for others. He has been eavesdropping on all of my phone conversations for 4 years.
I'm going to object to
I
this.
don't even have peace anymore on my phone because
Miss Green, let me tell you, ma'am, the option is to leave. He controls the building. I can't
where do
say
you
whether
go when you don't
Miss
when you
Green,
don't have nowhere to go? Where do you
I'm
go?
not sure, Miss Green, and it breaks my heart, but let me just tell you, there are people in tough situations on both sides. If you think about it, you're saying, let me stay here because I don't have any place to go. But what you're doing is denying Mr. Patel money that should be going into his business or to his family because you're saying, I'm going to just stay in. No, listen to me.
What about what he scammed
Listen.
from us, ma'am?
Listen to me. You're saying, I deserve to stay here because I don't have any place to go, but you're denying the fact that he bought this business to make money and to support himself and his family. And you're denying him that money because you don't have any place to go. That's not it. You are responsible for yourself. Your grown son is responsible for himself. You are not Mr. Patel's responsibility. You are not. And as heartbroken as I am that you are in the situation that you're in, that is not Mr. Patel's responsibility. If you believe he's done something wrong or criminal, you have avenues for that. You can sue civilly, you can go and pursue criminal matters, but this is not the way you address that. So at this time, because you have not given me anything that shows you have a legal right to possess the property, at this time, the court is going to grant Mr. Patel the $9,653.05 of the judgment that he obtained from magistrate court. I'm going to affirm that judgment, and I'm also going to give him a writ of possession for 7 days from today. Okay, so you'll have 7 days to vacate the property.
He scammed us out of money, and that's one of the reasons why we couldn't.
Miss Green, unmute, officer. Let me hear her. Miss Green, I'm sorry for the situation you are in, but ma'am, that's not Mr. Patel's responsibility.
Yes,
And if he's,
us, ma'am.
but then then you go to the police and pursue a criminal action.
I've done that. I've done that. I have a case number 240.
That's fine.
6962.
Then
I've
you
done that. Yes.
Okay, but that doesn't mean you get to stay in his property.
Ma'am, we have been taking so much from this man. It seems like he's getting away with all these crimes and nobody seems to care about what it has impacted our household income and why we couldn't pay to stay over there because he took so much from us from the get-go. He's done this in the broad daylight, ma'am. I'm not lying to you. He's
I'm not saying that you are, Ms. Green. What I'm saying to you is in the context of an eviction, those are not things I can consider. What I can consider is you have not given me a legal reason for you to stay in the property.
He took from us and we couldn't pay him anymore.
Okay, so unmute, please. I know she's talking, but that's okay. So, Ms. Green, unfortunately, the court is going to have to affirm the decision of the magistrate court. I'm going to issue the writ of possession. You'll have 7 days to vacate. If you are not out in 7 days, then the sheriff will be able to execute the writ. All right, Mr. Green, do you have an order?
Your Honor, I will get an order to, who would you like me to email the proposed order?
Ms. Powell.
Yes, Judge. And then, Judge, if I may, I don't know if you want me to wait, but I need to address another case with you. I think I made a big grave mistake. I thought this case was on this calendar, and it looks like it might have been on your 11 o'clock calendar.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Which calendar is that?
Judge, it was Velocity Investments versus Charmaine Page. I thought it was, I put it with my files today. I've been
Well,
going
Miss Payne, she was here.
Okay, I've been going through chemotherapy treatments, Judge, and I had a recent one last week, and I was putting all my files together, and I put this one behind that one.
Okay, well, you can move the court for reconsideration of its order.
Did you already issue that one, Judge?
I did.
Okay, I'll get that filed.
All righty, and I'm hoping and praying.
Ms. Powell, can you put your email in the chat for me, please?
Yes, Ms. Powell. Ms. Powell, if you'll chat your email to Mr. Green. All right. So,
Once I receive that email, Judge, may we be excused?
certainly, Ms. Powell.
Thank you.
I just chatted it to you directly, Mr. Green.
I got it. Thank you.
All right, and I hope everything goes well for you, Mr. Green.
Thank you, Judge. Good to see you.
All right, good to see you too. All righty, thank you all. This concludes the calendar. The courtroom is down. Thank you, deputies.
And so the gavel falls, the court affirms the lower court's decision, and Miss Green is ordered to pay back the nearly $10,000 she owes and vacate the hotel within 7 days. Her emotional appeals and unsubstantiated criminal claims were ultimately no match for the simple fact of non-payment. The judge delivered a firm but fair lesson in personal responsibility, making it clear that one person's hardship cannot legally justify harming another's livelihood. It's a tough but clear outcome. What did you think of the judge's final ruling? Was she too harsh, or was her logic about personal responsibility spot on? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into intense courtroom showdowns.